Remember I told you about when I was pregnant? Wait, did we tell this story on the pod yet? When some girl tried to fight me?
What?
No, okay. Remember I told you about that time I was pregnant? I was like big pregnant, 8, 9 months pregnant. Walking to the car, some girl was putting like makeup on, but looking at my my mirror in the car. So I just beep, beep.
Yeah.
And then I go, excuse me. And I walk and maybe she got embarrassed or thought my beep, beep was, disrespectful.
You're being rude.
That I was being rude for telling her to move up out my car. And I didn't say it that way. That I was being rude because I wanted to get into my car. Like, she was.
What happened?
So she rolled her eyes at me.
Wait, how many months pregnant?
It's like 8, 9. I was big. And she goes, what'd you say? And I was like, I didn't say anything. I was like, and old me probably would have. Because I think we could have done a pretty good square up, her and I.
Yeah.
But she really was like, what'd you say? I was like, I didn't say anything. I was like, I just was trying to get you to move out the way. She was like, yeah, whatever. She's all, you said something? And then I stepped from behind the door. And then she looked down. She's all, you lucky you pregnant. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
You were.
I was pregnant. I was very pregnant. Am I supposed to keep going at her?
Oh my goodness.
So I just looked at her, turned, hopped in my car, started moving. You were there, whole different scenario. Remember that one time?
Wait, if I were there while this happened to you,
oh man, that girl
I'm fighting her.
That girl would have got.
You don't do that. You don't do that in general. But
right.
I like how I'm like, you don't do that. You don't get violent unless someone's pregnant. But I mean, in a sense of like, if you have to defend someone who's pregnant.
But, and the thing too was she was just had so much negative energy. Like, I was like,
well,
bro.
I mean, anybody who responds like that.
Like I didn't, and I literally didn't, I promise you. And I'll own up to the times I'm being I know when I am. I know when I say some slick, I'll own up to it.
Yeah.
I literally said nothing.
You know what? I take it back. I don't think I would have tried to fight her, but I definitely would have said something to her because I don't know what she has on you and you're pregnant.
Right.
So like younger me might have not thought that through.
Right.
Now, for sure, I'm thinking this through.
This happened before. Remember, again, I was pregnant. I picked you up. It was me, you, and Mia. We were driving and we were trying to get a parking spot. And we were like in Midtown. We were like on 5th, on 50th, 5th and 50th, something like that.
Man, I remember
So
that.
we're driving. I'm driving us. I picked us up. I'm pregnant, right? And I'm big pregnant again. I'm like 8, 9 months pregnant.
Yeah, this was...
Because I was moving. I was outside when I was pregnant. I was like we're moving around. I'm driving. I'm picking you up. We're going out to eat. We're like, moving. Anyway, we're trying to find a parking spot.
Oh,
and
I remember
parking
this
out there
bad.
is horrendous. So finally we see a spot. We're like, oh. So I'm trying to back up into it. Some guy had a cone.
Right.
And he was like, no, you can't park here. And
it wasn't anybody like from the city or anything like that. It just looked like somebody who does this all the time.
Save a spot.
Yeah,
I get it.
Just to save a spot.
And I was like,
Hacking
and the thing
the
is,
system.
I was backing in. Mm-hmm. We weren't up at his cone, but we're like, hey, can you just move it a little bit? Because he still had more space.
Right.
But it turned into just this big old thing.
Man.
I get out the car. Woo. And I'm on this hype where, there's no win for me in arguing with people this big when I'm this big.
Right.
Doesn't make sense. And then you get out the car and you're like, look what you're having. You're making her do this. She's pregnant. You should feel bad. Like, look, you're being so rude. Like, there's more than enough space to park. He's all, no, you can't park here. I need this spot.
It was
blah,
bad.
blah, blah, blah. Open public spot.
Yeah,
and it was starting to get bad. Then Mia came, and then you guys are both kind of like debating with this man.
Literally.
And I'm like, you know what? I'll just look for a spot.
Yeah.
But he ends up moving, and I was like, we're gonna be here for an hour, bro. Like he's saving it for something that was gonna happen much later, which it was just bad.
That was bad.
That was bad.
Really, really bad.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody saw that.
That was a very public display of disagreement happening.
Absolutely.
On 5th and I don't know.
Right.
I think it was higher
Here's
up.
the thing.
I think
because there wasn't anything physical in any of these situations, I think people just don't care. They walk by. They don't care if people are yelling.
Yeah.
I think
we're
we're just
used to it.
Yeah. Everyone's like, okay, everyone's yelling.
Right.
Wow.
But that was a situation.